We've got empty houses, we've got declining enrollment. Following the last board meeting, Mr. Ford came down and talked to us and talked about the importance of advocating for our schools. And I've got a new co-worker in my department, and I thought, well, this is an excellent opportunity. So I pointed out to her that on our street we had 3 empty houses. I didn't say 3 empty houses, I said we have houses available. And her first question was, how far of a drive to work? And I said, 6 miles. And she will have a kindergartner starting next year. I've got one this year. She said, where's he go to school? Well, he goes to Hickory Grove. How far is that? That's 1.5 miles. But I have to tell you, it might be closing. Well, why is it closing? Well, we've got declining enrollment. Okay. Well, where would my son go? Well, he'll go to Eastover. And how far is that? I said, well, 7 or 8 miles. And she said, well, that's further than I drive to work. I said, well, we're at the far end of the district. And she said, well, there's nothing closer? And I said, well, actually, there's 3 schools closer. And she said, well, why, when there's 3 schools closer, is he going 7 or 8 miles? And I said, well, the thinking is that the school should move as a group so all the kids stay together. And she said, but he doesn't have any kids to stay with. So for the next 6 years, he'll be riding the bus 8 miles there, 8 miles back. And I said, well, no, actually, for the next 4 years, because he'll be going into middle school in 4th grade. And she said, is that what you do in Bloomfield? And I said, well, it kind of appears that's what we're going to do. And why is that? And she said, well, and I said, declining enrollment. And she said, well, what about the middle schools? And I said, well, I don't really know. And what about the high schools? Well, we're probably going to have one, but I don't really know that. And she said, this isn't going to work for us. This isn't going to work for us. And she shook her head and she walked away.